Hello, my name is Sally Pinto, and I'm the Program Director for the Yonkers Newark Neighborhood Naturally Occurring Retirement Community. We serve seniors 60 plus in Northeast Yonkers. We are under the auspices of WJCS and the Yonkers Office for the Aging. We also have a resource specialist and a nurse on staff. We conduct virtual programming in partnership with the Yonkers Public Library on a daily basis. Enjoy the program.
Thank you, Alexis. Good morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and get started with our usual. We're going to sit up nice and tall through our chair, get that spine nice and elongated here. Visualize those vertebrae lengthening, creating space in between each one, okay? And from here, we're going to chin tuck for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, now our head turns 5 per side. Ready? Turn, center, turn, center. That's 1. Turn, center, turn, 2, turn, center, turn, 3, turn, center, turn, 4, and turn, center, and turn, 5. Good. Okay, we're going to be on the edge of our chair. We're going to go ahead and do our seated cat-cow. My hands are on my right above on my thighs, right next to in front of my knees. We're going to go ahead and round and tuck the chin under. Feel that nice stretch through the thoracic spine, and then go ahead and untuck and look up towards the ceiling, heart to ceiling. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Good. From here, we're going to just go ahead and open the legs a little bit wider here. We're going to go into our 4-count cherry picker. So we're going to reach out, middle, in, and then come up. We're going to do 8 counts there. You can do these seated or standing. Okay. I'll do the first 4 seated and then the second 4 standing. Okay. Here we go. We're going to go out, middle, in, up, out, middle, in, 2, out, middle, in, 3, out, middle, in, 4, out, middle, in, 5, out, middle, in, 6, out, middle, in, 7, out, middle, in, 8, and up, small more round, middle, in, and 9. Extra credit because I was halfway there. Okay, next we are going to do, let me take a look here. We're going to do our lateral side bends for 2 pulses. You can do these seated or standing. I'm just going to do these standing. We're going to do 4 per side. Okay, so we're going to reach and pulse, pulse, 1, pulse, pulse, 2, pulse, pulse, 3, pulse, pulse, 4, pulse, pulse, 5, pulse, pulse, 6, pulse, pulse, 7, and pulse, pulse, 8. Good. Next, we're going to do some thoracic rotations. If you're seated, this is just going to come natural where your hips are going to stay forward, and we're just going to put our hands, you can either place them one on top of one another like this, or together like this, and we're going to rotate, working our obliques and our thoracic spine here. If you're standing, I want you to disassociate your hips from your upper body. And what I mean by that is your hips stay forward, okay? When you rotate, you're not twisting your hips in the direction. It looks more like this. It's a smaller range of motion, okay? But you're getting a nice deep stretch through those sides there, okay? We're gonna do 8 per side. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 more, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Good. All right. From here, we are going to go into our, what do we do there? Thoracic twist. We're going to do our straight arm pushbacks with a butt kick. Okay, you can do this seated at the edge of your chair, tapping those toes back, or you can be standing here. All right, we're just going to tap. A few more like this. Okay, now we're gonna knee, knee, seated or standing, knee, knee, opposite hand and foot, nice and high. More like this. All right, we're going to go back to that first one. We're going to go back to those butt kickers. So here we go, knee, or foot rather now, right? Foot's leading. Getting the body temperature up, warming up our legs, warming up our shoulders. We're going to go back to those knees one more time, and this time we're going to do a pull down with the arms. Okay, so 3, 2, and 1. Now it's pull down, pull down. There's 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. All right, warm up is complete. Okay, we're going back to our supersets and our trisets today. So 6-minute block, 9-minute 6-9. Okay. Introduction to 2 new exercises today. Still keeping in line with our hinge to our knee raise, where we go ahead and we hinge, pushing the hips back, right? So you see that angle through the legs here that stays nice and straight through the calf, right? So we fold forward, right? And then we squeeze the glutes and hamstrings to lift up, twist on one leg, okay? So hinge, up, and then one leg and twist, okay? So from your seated position, it looks somewhat similar. You can open your legs a little bit wider here. You're gonna try to keep lifted through that spine. You're gonna hinge, up, twist, okay? And then our second exercise is a new one. So I want you to, if you're standing, you're going to hold on to the back of your chair. You can just use a light touch. You may not need a lot of touch depending on your ability, okay? But you're gonna squat, up, leg lift. Okay, so make sure when you finish your leg lift, you come back to having your feet under your hips or shoulders. Don't bring them too far together and try to squat from this position. Puts a lot of stress on the knees. So you're going to, let me just show what it looks like from the front view. Okay, my feet are under my hips or shoulders. So I'm squat, up, I'm going to lift, and then back down, squat, up, lift. Okay, so we're going to do an alternating pattern now. Okay, so what it's going to look like is squat, drive up, lift, back down, squat, drive up, lift, other side. Okay, all right, so one cue I want to give you is when you're doing your lateral leg lift, lead through the heel of your foot. Don't let the toe take that movement out to the side, let the heel do it. That is going to get into your glute medius. If you lead through the toe, it puts you in that external rotation and you're not working the glute then, okay? So from the seated position, what we're gonna do there is, we've done this before, we're gonna leg press, lateral tap, okay? Leg press, and you're gonna alternate sides with that, okay? So first round I will do seated. Let's go ahead and start with our good morning to oblique knee twist here. 45 seconds is going on the clock, all right? Let's go ahead and get in a position. Ready? and begin. This is our hinge pattern. So we're hinging down, squeezing the glutes to lift us up. Exhale and twist, right? Nice and controlled movement. We're not rushing it. We're trying to keep it nice and smooth. Remember, good rule of thumb, if you find you like, you know, one time you lose your balance on that twist, no big deal. 2 times, sometimes 2 times happens. But if it's 3 times in a row, there's a good chance your body's just not responding to it well today, and you should take a modification, okay? Good, we're almost there, 5 more seconds. 2 and 1, okay. We are moving on to that, holding on to the back of the chair. If you're standing, you're gonna squat, leg raise, squat, leg raise on the other side. Okay, remember, lead through the heel with those leg raises. Here we go in 3, 2, and 1. I'm doing the seated variation. I'm gonna leg press, down, lateral tap, other side. Make sure when you're coming back from your lateral tap, if you're standing, you're trying to get those heels, and it's a little tricky. You have to think about it, making sure that those feet are underneath the shoulders or the hips, that they're not too close together, okay? It's kind of almost like natural to want to kind of put your feet right next to one another, but that's a little too narrow for your squat pattern. And time, good. So we're going back to the top again. I'm gonna go to standing now. You can remain seated if that's what you're doing and you like that better. All right, the hinge, the good morning to the knee raise and twist, okay? Cross my hands. I like showing you from the side view. Here we go. We're gonna hinge, squeeze the glutes and hamstrings to lift up. Exhale and twist. Woo. Hinge. So we're really listening to our body here to do that rotation while we're on one foot. You have to find that core control. We're finding that, that balance. Working the back side of the body here, hamstrings, glutes. Tell your muscles, talk to them, tell them to squeeze on the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to go into either our leg press to lateral tap from the seated position, or we're going to go into our squat using the back of the chair to our alternating leg lift. You may be advanced, you don't need the chair, and that's great. Okay, so you do what's good for you. I'm going to go about shoulder width apart with my feet, drive up through my heels, and then lead through my heel on that leg lift. Squat, squeeze the glutes on the way up, and out to the side. So we're getting the outside of the leg, the inside of the leg. Use the chair for some balance. Good, we have 5 more seconds here. 2 and 1, okay. One more round through, all right, one more round through, seated or standing. Going back to our hinge, to our knee raise and oblique twist. And 3, 2, and 1, here we go. Hinge down, feet are under the hips, squeeze the glutes. Exhale and twist. Hinge. Good. Hinge, squeeze, twist. Doing great. Got about 15 seconds left here. 5, 2, and 1. Okay, last round of our squat to lateral leg raise, or you're going to do your leg press to lateral tap. Okay, so Holding onto the back of my chair. My feet are about shoulder width apart. All right. I'm going to sit back like I'm searching for the chair, drive through my heels, and then lift my heel up on that side. Squat, up, lift, back. Past halfway, and we're going to go ahead and break. The first block will be finished, first superset. Good, 10 more seconds. Nice and controlled. Feel every movement. I like to keep them separate so I really feel the muscles working. 2 and 1. Good. And you know, just a quick tip while we're getting ready, getting a drink for our next block here. I know for me personally, this is the time of the year where my allergies really start to increase and bother me, you know, headaches, all that kind of stuff. So nausea, you know, a little post-nasal drip. So just be kind to yourself. You know, if you're somebody who suffers from allergies, you know, you might notice a little more like dizziness and things like that. So make sure you really take that into consideration, okay? And that you're staying hydrated, you're taking extra rest if you need it. You know, it's just that time of the year. I know for a lot of people that allergies become pretty intense. So, okay, with that said, we're going into a 9-minute block next. This is just like last week. We're going to do our alternating lunges on the back of the chair if you're standing, okay? And then the next two look the same. They are our goalpost fly here, all right, where we start, pull back, all right, and then we're going to go down and up, internal and external rotation and together. Remember, when you're doing this exercise, it's about the pull back. You're squeezing those upper back muscles, okay? We're working on posture and upper back strength here, and we're getting those internal and external rotators. Now, the next one is our half bicep curl to external rotation here. So again, we're working the internal and external rotators from a different angle here, okay? So there are 3 exercises. The last 2 look the same, seated or standing. If you're alternating lunges and you're doing it from your seated position, you'll be with me round 1 doing our alternating leg presses, okay? All right, so 9 minutes is going on the clock here. We're starting with our alternating lunges on the back of the chair or our leg presses here. Let's get ready in 3, 2, and 1. All right, remember, if you're seated with me, I'm leaning back. I'm on the edge of my seat, so I have room to lean back and feel that core recruit, okay, by just kind of gently holding myself back. And then I'm creating that resistance. I'm pushing my heel into the air, like I'm pushing something heavy away. Good. 15 more seconds here. And we're going to go into our second exercise on this tricep. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so we're going to go into this pull back to internal external rotation. 1 to 2 pounds or no weight at all. Okay, I wouldn't go super heavy just because you don't want to cause any neck strain or anything like that. And this is really about range of motion. Okay, all right, here we go. We're going to pull back, down, up, and in. Remember, our fitness really starts with the mobility and flexibility and stability in our body, right? So strong core and mobility through our joints. We want to be able to get our joints to move through their full range of motion so that you can get the most benefit out of the exercises when you're training your muscles. It's the foundation, right? It's the first pillar. Squeeze those back muscles. You should start to feel a little bit of tiredness in the back muscles in the back. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, shake it out. We can get some weights here. You could do anywhere from, you know, these are probably like 1 pound, 1 to 5 dumbbells. Okay, we're going to do our half bicep curl, and then we're going to externally rotate out. Here we go. Half, out, in, down. Good. So we're squeezing the external rotators in the back of the shoulder, and we're getting a deep stretch through the front of them. Can you almost think about how this can help with shoulder mobility and posture, right? Stretching out the front of those shoulders that if they're tight, they're pulling us or rounding us forward. Good. 10 more seconds here, and we're going to go back to our alternating lunges or our alternating seated leg press. 2 and 1. Excellent. Okay, back to the top, lower body here. I'm going to use the back of my chair for a little bit of balance. You may be at a point where you just need one finger on the chair, or you don't need it at all, and that's excellent. Okay, everybody's ability is different, but here we go. We're going to go back, down, drive it up, together, other side. So remember, when you take that step back, you want space between the left and the right foot, right? They should line up with either side of the chair so you have balance and stability. And then also that front heel is connected to the floor so that you can drive up right here. Ready? Drive up. Okay, so you want that heel there because that's what helps really get into the glute. Move at a pace that's comfortable for you. You know, I say always quality over quantity. All right, we want the right muscle groups working. If you're going faster than your body really wants to go, you're recruiting things that aren't really intended to move in or to be recruited in that exercise. And time. Okay, back to our goal post with internal, external rotation. Light weights here, guys, or just body weight. It's really that we're trying to get a good range of motion here, okay? So we're going out, down, up, in. Squeeze them back. If you're standing, I want you to make sure you're squeezing your glutes, okay? That's going to help keep any excessive arching in your lower back. Good. We got about 5 seconds here. 2 and time. Okay, getting ready for our half bicep curl to external rotation. All right, we're going to pull them out. That no money drill. Remember, I said last week, that's that no money drill. I don't have any money. Got nothing. Here we go. Ready? Begin. You're going to curl it halfway up, out, in, down. Excellent. Good job keeping those elbows close to the shoulders or to the rib cage. Squeezing the glutes if you're standing. So we're pairing the lunges, which are the largest, working the largest muscle groups, all right, and recover. Getting ready for our lunges for the last time. We're pairing our lunges or seated leg press. The largest muscles in our body, we're working those and we're pairing it with some smaller ones, right? Here we go. Offsetting the hard work with the lunges. Down. You find your rhythm. Okay, you don't have to say right at my rhythm if that's not what your body's looking to do. Okay, as long as you're keeping that space between the left and right foot and you're keeping that front heel in contact with the floor so you can drive up through it. Good, we're almost there. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Whew, all done with those. We've got one more round of our goal post. All right. Upper back, those external rotators. Ready? And begin. We're going to pull back, down, up, in. Pull back, down, up, in. If you're standing, make sure those glutes are engaged. Good. 15 more seconds here. All right, last 5, 2, and 1. Okay, shake them out. You can adjust your weights here. You can go a little heavier with our half bicep curl to external rotation here, or no money drill here. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Halfway up, out, in, and down. Down. We're going to break after this, go back to a superset, which is 2 exercises back to back. Good. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and get your drink. Our next block is our second new one that I have for today, and it's just an add-on. So this isn't going to be anything too new of a new movement pattern. We're going to do our, from a standing position, my feet are under my hips, our RDL row, and I think we did do this one before, and kick back down. It's a 6 count. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that kind of helps. Like, I think counting the rhythm sometimes helps you make sure you don't miss any of the movements. Okay, so you can count them out, and then it's going to look similar from your seated position. You're just on the edge of your chair, right? You're going to hinge it forward, row, kick back, down, and up. Still a 6 count. Okay, so it looks very similar when you're just seated and when you're standing. Okay, so we're getting multiple movements. We're getting the posterior side of the body, the glutes, the hamstrings, the lower back. We're getting our lats, the row, and we're also getting our tricep. Okay, so we're going to do that one, and we're also going to do our sit to stand with leg balance, right? Okay, tap it up, drive. Okay, tap it. You could always make it a little harder if you want to try to do something like lift your hands up overhead. If you're a little more advanced, that's a way to advance it, is put your hands up overhead. Otherwise, you can keep them across here on your, on your waist. And your seated variation here is we are going to do our alternating leg press again. Okay, so I'm going heavy for our seated options here on the alternating leg press today. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do our first round seated. It is our 6 count. Remember, hinge, row, kick back, down, up. So count it out. Do the first couple with me. I'll do them slow and then move at your own pace, but then you'll get that rhythm with the count. Okay. So grab your weights, or you can do this with body weight too. Just pretend you're holding on to some weights. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. You got it? Okay, I'm going to let you guys go now. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, first exercise done. Now we're going to do our sit to stand with single leg balance, or you're going to be doing an alternating leg press with me. So for the first round here. So I'm at the edge of my seat here, so I can lean back, get that core engagement. Here we go. Ready? Begin. halfway. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and time. Good, that's round 1. We have 2 more rounds like that. You can remain seated if that is your preference. If that works best for you, I am gonna move to standing for the next 2 rounds. So we have that 6 count, that hinge, row, tricep kickback. Ready? Feet under hips, begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 5 more seconds. Get 1 more in. And time. Okay. Going back to the single leg balance here. Okay. So again, if you want to either that or you were doing your alternating leg press, and if you want to intensify this, you can bring your arms up overhead. That's a way to intensify your balance. Here we go. Tap it. 1. And I'm really only trying to, I'm not fully sitting down at this point. I'm just kind of letting my glutes touch the chair and then come back up. Good. Less than 10 seconds. 2 and 1. Okay. Whew, kind of got my heart rate up. 1 more round. Okay, 1 more round. Back to the 6 count RDL row and kickback combo for the final round. Feet are under hips. Okay. If you're seated, they can be a little wider. Here we go. Hinge, row, kick back, back, and down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. Three, 2, and 1. Okay. Last round of either our seated alternating leg press or your sit squat to knee. Okay. Again, here I'm trying to just slightly tap here. Okay, ready? So just tap. I'm not comfy on the chair. You know what I mean? I'm like tap. Now, by all means, if you need to go ahead and sit down there a little bit longer, that's totally fine. It's just kind of as you progress and get a little more confident with your body. And always taking into consideration those outside factors that sometimes, you know, like I said, with the allergies, sometimes they impact our workouts. It's not going to be the same as maybe you normally do. So take that into consideration and, you know, give yourself some, you know, some grace in those moments. Okay, guys, that was our second superset, our third block. We are going into our final block here, another 9-minute block. Okay, and we are going to do still doing our knuckles up. Let's get this pattern. Jab, cross, hook, hook. Okay, seated, jab, cross, hook, hook. All right, that pattern there. All right, we're going to do alternating We're gonna do jumping jacks, okay? You can throw a couple regular ones in there, seated or standing, and then our rope pull. If you find that your jumping jacks, if it's hurting to come out to the side for any reason, here's a variation. If you have a very light weight, you don't even need a weight really, but tap. You can do a forward press here too. So if you are not liking the out to the side raise, here's a modification, whether you're seated or standing here, okay? Press out, okay? And you don't even need weight for that. You might just want to push, okay? So that's another option right there. Okay, so one more drink. Remember, this is going to increase. Expect to feel your body temperature go up here. We got our strength work in. This is going to be a little more cardio at this point. Okay, so just listen to your body. If you need a little extra rest, please take it, okay? Or extra water. All right, so we're starting with our jab, cross, hook, hook. I'll be seated for round one. Ready? And begin. Here we go. Knuckles are up, covering the face. Cross. $15 more seconds. 5. And time, okay. Recover, all right. We're doing our modified jumping jacks next, or remember you can do a forward press with that lateral tap too if you'd like. All right, you pick here, seated or standing, ready, and begin. Moving at a pace that's good for you. Maybe fine jumping jacks with my arms tired. Maybe you want to do one where you're doing a couple like this and then you press it. Press it, okay? So you can always combo these moves too, all right? Tap, tap, press, press, all right? Do what feels good for your body. Take a little break in the middle if you need to. If it feels like strain on your neck or anything like that, your shoulders. 3, 2, and time. Woo, okay. Oh, I think I forgot to mention our last one, our rope pull. Okay, nothing new here. We've been doing this one, seated or standing. Remember, excuse me, your whole body is like a tree trunk. You are solid through there. You're squeezing your glutes. The only thing that's moving is his arms, and you're pulling back. Here we go, with intensity. All right, so nice and quiet, no swaying through the body. Everything's like a tree. Just those arms are moving. That's it, that's it. Exhale, exhale. Like you're ripping a sign down you don't like or something. That's what it reminds me of, because there's like a little bit of force behind that. You're like, get that down. I don't like that. That's what it makes me think of. Think about how, if you've ever seen at the gyms where they have those ropes that are on like a little pulley at the top, and you see people just pulling the rope and it just rolls through the pulley. This is mimicking that. 2 and 1. Okay. Round 1. 2 more like that. All right. So we're going back to our jab, cross, hook, and hook. You remain seated if you like. I'm going to move to standing. Here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Keep those knuckles covering the face. Cross, hook, hook, jab, cross, jab, cross. Great upper body work here. Great core work. And cardiovascular work. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Modified jumping jacks are next. Remember, you can always take that to a front arm push if you like. You can combine the two. Do what feels right for your body. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. You can even do, instead of a toe tap out here, you could do a heel raise, so leading through the heel, like we did our squats. All right, and you'll feel a little more glute contraction, whatever you want to do. My arms always get tired doing these. How about you guys? They get tired? Whew. 15 seconds. 10. 5. 2, and 1. All right, shake it out. We got our rope pulls next. All right. Okay. Deep breaths. You should start to feel your heart rate going up a little bit. We're working the heart muscle too here. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Remember, solid. I'm squeezing my glutes. Notice how everything's quiet here. Nothing's moving. Just pulling those arms back. Working these muscles right through here, as well as our core, by not allowing our body to move. Okay. Good. Looking good. Ten more seconds. 5, 2, and time. Okay. Whew. One more round through. Starting to feel it kind of accumulate over time. Get your drinks if you need it here. We've got 3 more minutes here and we are done. Okay, so going back to our final round of jab, cross, hook, hook. Ready? Knuckles up, begin. Move at your pace. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Final round of modified jumping jacks. You can throw a couple regular ones in there. You can do them seated. You can do the front push instead. Okay. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Good. For first 15 seconds down. Whew. Almost there. 30 seconds down. 15 more to go. 10. 5, 3, 2, and time. Okay. Oh. Done with those rope pulls, and then we are going to stretch it out. Remember, quiet through everywhere from here. It's just the arms. Okay, you can squeeze the glutes. That's really going to help you stay nice and quiet through the body, the torso. Here we go. There's a little bit of gusto behind that, right? A little bit of intensity. We have different types of muscle fibers in our body. We have slow twitch muscle fibers and fast twitch muscle fibers. When we do more explosive movements like this, where we're putting intensity behind it, or a jumping jack, or a jump, a sprint, they're using your fast twitch muscle fibers, okay? They're explosive. When you're doing things like steady state walking, steady state cardio, they are using your slow twitch muscle fibers. And good. All right, that's a wrap. And it's important that we train both of them, right? It's being well-rounded. Okay, so, all right, so Let's go ahead and stretch out here. You can do these seated or standing. Get your drinks. Need a little drink here. Yeah, like I was saying in the beginning, my allergies really start to act up this time of the year. So I was just like, I'm figuring, well, if I'm having allergies, I know other people are too. And it really, I wake up groggier, more tired. Sometimes I feel a little achy, so be kind to yourself and take that into consideration that sometimes there's an adjustment period. I had to start taking my allergy medicine again. Flonase, all that good stuff. All right, other side. All right, let's open up the front through here and our forearms by taking our palms, small at the back, pulling the elbows, like trying to make them touch one another, which we know that's not going to happen, and lifting your heart towards the ceiling, your chest. Put your head where it's comfortable. I know sometimes for me, like it hurts for me to lift my neck up. If it doesn't, that's okay. You're perfectly fine to look up. But if it does hurt, just look forward, okay? You're gonna feel the stretch either way through the front of the chest and shoulders and through the forearms. Good. All right, let's come across the body. Stretching the shoulder. And same thing, other side here. Good. Let's take it down to our lats here. We're going to go ahead and lateral bend, reaching up and over like your fingertips are trying to reach where the wall and the ceiling meet in that corner. And if you'd like to take it up a notch, you can kind of pull on that wrist. Feel that stretch all through the side here. Good. Same thing other side. Start here, and then when you want to take it up a notch, if you want to, you can pull on it a little bit through the wrist. Good. From here, seated or standing here, let's go a little bit wider with the feet, like our out, middle, in. You're either going to forward fold, reaching out somewhat here, okay? That'll help give you a better center of gravity if you're reaching out instead of like in towards your feet, all right? And if you need to, you can sit down and do this as well. Just breathe, let your head hang low. And then one vertebrae at a time, nice and slow, so we don't get dizzy. Also, so we feel each vertebrae working to roll us back up straight. Let's round out the shoulders for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then I'm going to take my arms. I'm going to do this seated because I'm scared to hit the ceiling fan. Let's go ahead and lift up. I hit the lamp instead. Palms together to heart. And one more time. Lift up. Palms together and hands to heart. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's class.
Hi everyone, this is Z from Yonkers Public Library. Thanks so much to Sally Pinto and Alexis from Newark. Thank you to our community partners, WJCS, the City of Yonkers Office for the Aging, Friends of Crestwood Library, and Yonkers Public Library for making this phenomenal partnership. And we thank each and every one of you for being part of our wellness community. Be well, stay well.